Hi everyone, my name is Peter Evans and I'm the Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Police Athletic League. The Police Athletic League is a local nonprofit here in Oklahoma City, and we partner with the police department and we take cops into schools to work with kids, primarily through sports and mentoring programs. I've been the Executive Director here for almost 8 years now. And when I got the job as Executive Director, I had no idea that working for nonprofits was ever even an option. I was working for a local company here, and I was doing some community relations and outreach and a little bit of in-house accounting. That was my background, and I started volunteering with random nonprofits in the area. I really loved working with kids, and I loved helping the community, and so I started to get involved, and it was great. And for a long time, I joked with myself and with my friends that my dream job looked like my volunteer work with a paycheck. I joked about that for 3 or 4 years before I ever even realized my dream job could actually be my volunteer work with a paycheck. And so I had the opportunity in 2013 to jump into the nonprofit world full time with a paycheck. And I had no plan to be a nonprofit. I didn't think that was going to be my path. I have a math background. That's super fun. I went to college. I thought math was really the only thing I was probably good at, and so I studied that in school. And I came out of school thinking that with the math degree, I'm going to be a teacher. That's all you can do with the math degree. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. The reality is, I can go do a ton of things with my math degree, and I use my math degree so much in leading this nonprofit, because we have to talk about budgeting and financial planning and long-term fundraising goals, and we have to set all of these financial goals for the organization for long term, for today, for this week, for next month, for next school year, for 5 years down the line. And so I'm constantly working with numbers behind the scenes, and so my math background comes in really handy there. And so I didn't, beyond that, I really had no background, no qualifying background that got me into the nonprofit world. But if you're excited about nonprofits, there are great ways to get training in the nonprofit world. But one thing I've learned from working around nonprofit people for the last 8 years is there's no real specific nonprofit degree that you have to have. There are people with math and accounting and financial backgrounds. There are people with legal backgrounds. There are people with art and history backgrounds. There are social media managers, social media majors who are here now, communications majors, leadership majors, all over the place. So you find that degree or that certification or that training program that sets you up for this. And I found a nonprofit that I really was passionate about, and a group of kids that I really enjoyed serving. And I just kept serving them, and I kept asking what else needs to be done and what else could be done, and we figured it out. We found people who were doing those things that we needed, and we got them to help us figure it out. So that's been kind of my career path. I grew up in Oklahoma City. I went to TCU after high school, studied math. I was in ROTC program. By the way, if any of you kids are looking for ways to offset the cost of college, I absolutely have to advocate for the ROTC program. I had no military background in my life. I did not do JROTC in high school. And I had the opportunity to go to college on an ROTC scholarship that frankly allowed me to go to college my family would have never been able to afford if it weren't for the scholarship dollars that offset. That offered me a path after graduation to go into the military full-time as an officer. I didn't take that path, but I have a number of great friends who did, and that is a wonderful career path, but it's also just a wonderful path to get an education. So if you're wondering how to get your education paid for, how to lessen the cost of your education, consider ROTC. I did Air Force ROTC. It was wonderful. It was a tremendous experience, and actually there are a number of lessons I learned in the ROTC program that apply to my job today too. And so that was really great. So did ROTC, didn't go into the Air Force, came back to Oklahoma City, worked in accounting and community outreach. I was able to build a great network of people here in Oklahoma City, and so I have tons and tons of connections who support me in so many different ways. So build a tribe of people, find the people you want to be like, and be around them. Get around the people you want to be like the most, and that's what I was able to do. Fortunately, I had a really good mentor who pushed me in that direction and got super involved in the community for a long time. And then, like I said, I had an opportunity to turn my volunteer work into a career with a paycheck, and it's been really tremendous ever since. So I don't feel like I took a very traditional path to get into the nonprofit world, so you probably don't need to either. Obviously it helps if you want to go a more traditional social work type path, but it won't eliminate you from serving the community if you choose a different path. Good luck.